Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Gas, and today I'm back with another tutorial. This one is going to be a little bit more plug and beat. We got a little Texako tutorial, so how to make them beats for Texako, for Vonte, for BoofPaxkMooky, kind of like how Niko East makes them, and like witty, just like those super jazzy chords with like super smooth percussion. So we going to be doing that today, and let's get right into it. So I just pulled up this XV5080 preset 128 voice piano. It's the first preset. It's basically just a regular piano. And what I like to do with this when I'm making Texako type melodies is, well, Texako chord progressions, is I'll just put down a bass note. It doesn't matter what bass note. And then from there, I go up 3 semitones, up 4 semitones, and then up another 3. And then this, the second one from the bass, the one that's above the bass note, put that up an octave, and then it sounds like this. Just like a nice little jazzy chord. And then from there, I just go and make the rest of the chord progression, just see what sounds good and what doesn't, and put that down. It's a lot of trial and error with chords, and really, I have some experience. I've been producing for like a year and a half about, so I've kind of figured my way out with these chord progressions, but I don't know shit about music theory. You don't have to know about like what notes are in what scale, and to be honest, it's better if you don't. Just put shit down and see what sounds good. Alright, so now we got this little chord progression. Pretty simple. I'm gonna let it play out. Pretty standard chord progression, and something that you want to keep in mind with these Texako beats is to make diminished chords. It's pretty much in every Texako beat, the chords have a diminished chord, and you can see that right here. C sharp is not in the scale. If you want to know what a diminished chord is, it's basically a chord where one of the notes isn't in the scale, but it still sounds like it's in the scale, like it still sounds good. Like, for example, y'all hear that? This C sharp is not in the scale. The C and the D are, but the C sharp is not in the scale. And like I said, it's a whole lot of trial and error. So just put shit down that sounds good. If it doesn't sound good, take it out. It's really as simple as that. Music's a whole lot of trial and error. And then these are the bass notes. I literally just copied these and then put them down an octave and lowered the velocities a bit, just to give the sound a bit more low end. And from here, really, I can be finished with the progression, but I think I'm gonna add some top notes. And then before I even do that, I'm gonna hold down Alt and S, and then I'm gonna adjust this a little bit, see what sounds good. I'm gonna strum it out, and then Alt R, and I'm gonna randomize the velocities. And both of these are just to make the piano sound a bit more realistic, because without it, it's gonna sound super robotic, and that's not what we want. We want something that sounds realistic and real jazzy. So now it sounds like this. You can hear the difference already. And one more thing, this is very important in these Texako melodies, you want to be pitch bending. So basically, I'm just going to adjust this master pitch knob. I'll put it at like 230, 220, whatever. And basically, this is going to detune the melody a bit, but that not only gives it a more realistic feel, but it just gives it that more vintage sort of plug-and-B feel, the neo-soul feel that are in a lot of those Niko East beats, the witty beats, the Texako beats, whatever. And now for the top notes. I don't really have any specific direction that I'm thinking of. So, like I said, again, trial and error. I'm just going to push it down, see what sounds good. So I just finished up with this top melody. I'm gonna let y'all hear how it sounds. So super jazzy. I didn't really change too much. I lowered the BPM to like 128. You definitely want to stay in like the 120 to 135 BPM range if you're going to be making these super jazzy type beats for Texako. On top of that, I added a few of these little rolls here. And this is like same philosophy as the diminished chords, just wanted to go for that authentic jazzy sound. I'm pretty sure this G sharp isn't even in the scale, but I included it. Just trial and error because it sounded jazzy. As you can tell, I'm saying jazzy a bunch, so that's exactly what you want these Texako chord progressions to be like. You want them to be all jazzy, and that's really it. Next sound, I got the Autumn preset in Purity in the lead synth section, and basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to try to emulate that super glidey lead sound that Niko East does in a lot of his melodies. So again, I'm just going to be trying to get creative, keep with the jazzy feel of the beat, and go with something that you would hear sort of in songs like Mother, songs like Hold Up, Pull Up, like Slide, all those Texako, Niko East songs. Alright, so I just added this nice sounding lead. It's pretty simple. Just like a little 1-bar pattern basically. Sounds like this. Like I said, really trying to emulate that Niko East jazzy type of feel. And from here, I think what I want to do is add a few more leads, like maybe 2 or 3 more, just filling in those pockets. What you don't want to do with these beats is just overload the leads and the sounds and then just have a bunch of the same frequencies sort of clashing with each other. You want a lot of space in the beat, so then an artist has time to sort of get their bars off, and the whole sound kind of sounds like a cohesive piece instead of just a bunch of sounds that are thrown together. So really what's important is just finding those pockets where shit sounds good and not forcing sounds into it, if that makes any sense. Next sound, I'm going to be using this mini Rick lead, again in Purity, lead synth section. Pretty simple pattern for the mini Rick lead because it has so much sustain. Like the sound rings out for a while, as you'll be able to hear. And I had it pretty quiet in the mix, just to add a little bit of ear candy. And I think I'm gonna add one more lead and then maybe like some strings, and then I'll probably head on to the drums. Next sound, back in Purity. If you guys don't get it by now, Purity is a pretty goated plugin for this type of sound. I'm going to be using the Tiny Lead preset. Again, just trying to find that pocket. So again, pretty simple pattern with the Tiny Lead. Just the same thing repeating over and over, although I found a kind of strange pocket for it. Especially, you guys can see it here. It kind of starts here at the end of the 8-bar and then it finishes in the beginning of the 1-bar. So I'll let this play out. I think it adds a nice little accent, but to be honest, I think there's enough high end in this, so I don't think we really need to add strings. I think that would just be sort of blocking off space for an artist to go over this beat. So I think it's time for the drums. The drums for this style are usually pretty simple, just like smooth and soft sounds. So that's exactly the vibe that I'm going for. I grabbed this Rip Squad clap. and then I pitched it down to an F sharp. Pretty basic clap pattern, just a few filler notes, and then with the hi-hat pattern, again, soft, smooth sound, and just duplicated the same 1-bar pattern across 8 bars, and it's basically a 2-step hi-hat pattern. It's just a few rolls in between, and I'm gonna let that play out. So I tried not to go too OD on the drums, just tried to add some shit for bounce, like just a few snares, some rims. I added the shaker, which is literally a 2-step pattern, just alternating velocities, just to add like some texture to the hi-hats. And then I added a chant, I added this open hat, and then just the classic plug-in beat ticker on the 1. So now all the drums together sound like this. Now we need an 808. So 808s are usually nothing special. I'm just using this Exos from Hell 808. Sounds like that. And basically what you want to do with these 808 patterns, keep them simple, just bouncy, and you want to have a lot of bass to your 808 sound, whether you're using a sub or a hard-hitting 808. It doesn't need to be like going through the mix on like some Destroy Lonely, Yeet type shit. No, just keep it mellow with the jazzy chords and shit, but sort of have that nice balance in the mix. I just laid out this pretty simple 808 pattern, just using the notes in the scale, and this is what it ended up sounding like. I like how this beat's sounding. Let's split it up and get to arranging. Nothing special for the arrangement, just the piano and then the mini Rickley for the first 8 bars, and then a little chorus here, verse here, another chorus, and then I took the first 16 bars of the verse right here and then copied them over, and then basically had it fade out for the last 16 bars, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, I added this pitch tick right here and these chimes, and that's really it for the arrangement. Although I do want to add a string. I know I was shitting on the strings earlier, but I feel like this beat would sound so much better with some strings. So let's go do that. For the strings, I kept them pretty simple. Used the Vienna Strings 2 preset in Purity. And like I said, super simple. Just 2-bar notes, just pretty much repeating. And I kept the arrangement the exact same, other than the fact that I just put the strings, one in the beginning, and then here at the end of the verse, and then here in the last 8 bars of the second chorus, and that's it. I just added a little love filter automation here. Sounds like this. And that's going to be the tutorial, man. Thank y'all so much for sticking around to this point of the video. I really do appreciate it. If this video helped y'all, or if y'all enjoyed it, make sure y'all hit that like button. And if you're new, hit that sub button, man. We're trying to get to 400. We're trying to run up the numbers. Y'all have been going crazy with the subs lately. We've been getting like 5 a day. This shit is blowing my mind, to be honest. I'm really hoping the channel keeps growing like this. I love y'all. And please let me know if y'all want to see some more tutorials, then who you want me to do a tutorial on, because I am down for literally whatever. Leave that shit in the comments. Thank y'all so much again. And if y'all want to hear this beat without my fat ass talking over it, link will be in the description. I really do appreciate y'all, man. This has been Gas. I'm out. Peace.